Time for one of my favorite segments of the week. Whether you're looking for a laugh or a new docu-series, we've got you covered with the best shows to stream this weekend. Today, we're going to look at some content you can find on Netflix, including a Ricky Gervais special and documentary series on a 1970s cult.
Let's get right to it with streaming guru and TV guide editor. Yeah, you got a new title now, Mickey O'Connor. You can flip-flop back and forth. You're more than welcome to put that on your business card if you like streaming guru. So let's start with this Ricky Gervais special. You know, he hasn't done stand-up in quite a while, I think. So let's take a little peek here.
Sure.
But even though I don't have children of my own, people still show me photographs of theirs, like I give a shit. I don't mean my own family, they've given up, right? I've got older brothers and sisters, they've all had loads of kids, their kids have had loads of kids, and their kids are having kids. It's like a pyramid, there's about 50 of them. I don't know all their names, I see them at Christmas. They come running over, Uncle Ricky. They know I've got a bit of cash. And they go through my pockets, and it's like being mugged by mice, right? No, I don't mean now, I mean strangers, right? So I can be busy, I can be working, I can be on the set of a TV show or film or something. I can be stressed, I can be producing it or directing it. And you get someone who comes in for one day, like he's got one line or a stunt man. They come over, they introduce themselves, and I go, oh yeah, good to have you, I'll be with you in a minute. Then they hover, right? And they say, busy? I go, yeah, yes, yeah. I go, oh, you working the weekend? Not filming, but I'll be in the edit or something. So yeah, they go, oh, taking my youngest to ballet lessons. Oh, great, great. Yeah, she's 8. No. I got a photograph of her here. I want to go, oh, you know what? Show me if she goes missing.
Well, seeing as it's been a while since he's taken to the stage like this, I bet she's got a lot of pent-up material.
Yeah, so it's like the irony of this is that it's called humanity, which is, you know, his stock in trade is like pretty much loathing humanity, and so pointing out, you know, hypocrisy. You know, if you follow him on Twitter, you'll see that like he does not suffer fools gladly. He's always like going after people who come after him, and you know, I think that this is, you know, Netflix is doing a lot of comedy specials right now, so it's the perfect time for him to come back. And you know, he talks a lot about aging. He talks a lot about, you know, again, internet outrage, which is something he can't stand. And yeah, he's great at stand-up, and it's great to see him back on stage.
I'm looking forward to watching this because I think he's funny. I think that, you know, you either love him or hate him, but the people that don't like him, it's because he's pointing out, you just said it, Mickey, he's pointing out hypocrisy, and sometimes this stuff hits close to the bone. Everybody feels like that at some point.
Yeah, we've all done that.
Exactly. All right, moving on to something a little darker. It's a Netflix documentary series about an Oregon cult called Wild Wild Country. Let's watch.
I'm here in one of the largest ranches in the Northwest. Today, it's Rajneeshpuram because a prominent Indian guru and his followers bought it.
Our vision was to create a community
based on compassion and sharing.
Bhagwan's agenda was simply to raise the consciousness of humanity. That was his goal.
America was land of promise. It was my conviction we will have no problems.
I don't think America has a place for these people.
Everyone in Antelope mistrusts Rajneesh.
I want that guru and his evil influence out of my city.
They're run by satanic power.
There is talk of vigilantes who may seek revenge on the Rajneeshis.
A bomb went off in the middle of the community.
All right, so this looks fascinating. I'm always fascinated by documentaries around cults, whether it's Jim Jones or David Koresh. They are just fascinating to watch.
I mean, it's an amazing study in human behavior. How do people get involved in these groups in the first place? But I have to say, the thing that makes this really fascinating, the Duplass brothers, who you know from a lot of other stuff, they produced this, is that this show is really about shifting loyalties. As you're watching the show, at first you think these are these peace-loving, you know, people who want to, you know, start a community in Oregon, and they're being, you know, pursued by these, you know, small-minded residents and whatever. And after a while, their mission, you know, sort of changes. And I think that it goes to being a lot less peaceable. And, you know, It's, I think still, like, it's the largest bioterror attack that occurred on U.S. soil was at the hands of this group.
Because it becomes them against this little small town.
Absolutely. And the things that happen, I won't spoil things, but, like, the things that happen are crazy. And, like, you know, the escalation is, again, like a really fascinating portrait of human behavior.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, so something a little bit lighter. There's a show out that you may or may not have heard of. People are calling it kind of the real world of Japan. Let's just watch a little bit of it.
テラスハウスの新しい扉開きます。その舞台は木々に囲まれた森の中。これすごいやん。新シーズンは軽井沢からスタート。シリーズ史上最大の大邸宅。だいぶでかいですね、それなんか。いいよな。その新しいドアを開くのは。いいよね、いいよね。こんにちは。こんにちは。めっちゃ上がる。めっちゃ上がる。マジ？いい。そっち？すごくいい。
こんにちは。
ホッケーの選手や。
そうです。アイスホッケーやってます。
テラハ史上ナンバーワン素朴じゃない。そうですね。
So I gotta say, I read some reviews and they were actually not that good, and that made me want to watch this. And I sat down, and because it's it's a different. It's not like us. It's not a reality show like us, but you get sucked in. I was so sucked into this.
I think that the thing is that comparing this to the real world, I think that there's certain expectations of what you're going to watch, and it's really different because Japanese culture, of course, is so different. It's like there's no hot tub scene in this.
No.
You know, there's no violence. Like this is like a group of very polite young people
having reasonable conversations,
and they're very innocent, and they all talk about who they have crushes on, and like and it's very sweet, and and I think that. There's a great panel you saw of people who sort of comment on the action as it goes along, which is also very funny because like they're sort of the cultural differences in how they view people, like I watched the first season took place in Tokyo, the second season was in Hawaii. This new third season takes place outside of Nagano, which is a ski resort town where the Olympics were a few years ago. And it has like that vibe. It has like a very sort of laid back sort of ski town vibe. And there's a woman in the cast who plays ice hockey, which is so shocking to everybody, and they call her a natural woman, which is just I don't know, the whole thing, like the cultural divide is amusing.
I can't wait to watch it.
It's entertaining.
It looks great. Looks great.
So we also want to mention a new show, Instinct. It's starring Alan Cumming. So tune into the crime drama. You can watch it Sunday night, 8, 7 Central. Actually here on CBS, but also CBS All Access.
Mickey O'Connor, always good to have you, man. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Have a nice weekend binging.